I get so mad at you sometimes.
I get mad coming and eating a taffy, coming and eating a seaweed cracker, coming and eating a porridge.
As far as this listening audience is concerned, I'm not eating anything. And then you're like, are you recording? And I was recording and you were late and you're staring at me. And you think you're so much better than me. Or you're not. You're just the same. Ask me. Ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions. I don't think I've ever cared as much about someone as I do you. And yet, I think you're the worst person in the world.
That's why you can get so mad at me. Because of your deep love.
Because I love you so much. You should hear the things that I say, the good things I say about you behind your back.
To who?
I'm not telling you, and they'll never tell you.
Just Sierra.
I tuck Sierra and I'm like, Emily's the best. Never leave her.
I mean, I really do. I think it's so humiliating when your friend's child doesn't really care for you.
They don't care for anyone unless you have food. Like the kids only want snacks. They don't care. Is it chocolate? No. Okay. Oh, it's a diamond. I'm good. It's not worth giving them anything that isn't a piece of garbage. We had people over and I used some old cocktail napkins we had from my 40th birthday party because I ordered like 2,000 of them. And they're pink and purple. And we had them out. I had them out the other with like cups and plates for having a whole party. She walks in, she goes, you're having a party with pink and purple napkins? Like, I'm like, that's what lights you up? Like 3-year-old pink and purple napkins for a party you're not invited to? She's like, they're pink and purple and you're going to have a party.
Oh, now you know what to do for her next party.
I'm so innocent.
Pink and purple.
What are you doing this summer? Do you have any plans?
I just booked I booked a hotel room for one night to Knoxville, but I actually just before this booked 2 nights unrefundable and got rid of my other one because I was like, I'm going to stay for the weekend and relax.
At a nice...
At a Marriott.
Are you seeing someone?
I'm going to a convention.
Oh, that's right. Kudos to you for pronouncing it correctly. It is Marriott.
Only because you've done ads for them and they have pronunciation guides. And I was aghast when I read because I love the elegance of a Marriott. Marriott is like, where are we now? We in the holler? We in the Appalachian Trail at the Marriott?
Marriott does feel weird, just like how it's not Merlot, it's Merlot, but it is Moet and not Moet. And I'm like, although there's an umlaut, so I'm like, is it even French? And it's just like, we have this. Okay, I'm just going to let this segue into something I want to talk about.
Okay.
I think I've talked about this before, like this weird obsession with wealth on Instagram, but just as a consumable idea. Like I get served so many ads about like new money, signs of wealth, how to pronounce things. And I'm like, nobody who's watching this can afford this bullshit.
Well, like that's your algorithm. I'm not getting fed that.
Fine. Doesn't matter. The conversation is always around like the look for new money, old money. I'm like, you have a communications degree and you make 70 grand a year. Like, we're not talking about old money. No one has new money either. Like, all of these things that you're supposed to know and say and know how these things pair. It's just like, I don't know. I think that that's like this digestible idea. Like if I'm learning about it, then one day I can reflect that in my life. It's like, no, you rent an apartment in Knoxville just because you wear some tan beige shoes. Nobody thinks you're coming from like old horse money. Like people like dying to give off the look of old money. And I'm like, but you're at an all-inclusive resort. Like nobody, like who are you trying to impress? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I'm always very interested by I always will read the Reddit thread that's like, what's something that rich people have that you don't even know it's rich? Like it's so exclusive that you don't even know about it. And I think of like watches are very much in this vein where, yeah, there's a Rolex, but then there's a brand. Well,
yeah, there's echelons of money. Like up until a few years ago, no regular person knew like Laura Piana or whatever that brand is.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's like they get dripped down into the masses and then all of a sudden, but by the time you hear about it, nobody with uber wealth is doing it. Like if you get on an airplane and you are dripping head to toe in Gucci, I'm going to assume A, it's fake, or B, you were just like in Macau gambling and like just won all that money, or you're like a rapper and it's fake.
There's this idea, people will post on LinkedIn these weird boastful things, and there's a subreddit called LinkedIn Lunatics where there's screenshots of these people that are just that talk about how, I think it's kind of the male version of what you're seeing on Instagram, which is like how you should live. So they're like, when I'm going to a business meeting, I wear a full business suit and I sit in coach because people ask where I'm going, and then I make contacts and I do this. Or they're like, I wear sweatpants and I sit in first class because everybody else is in a suit and I stand out and I can say like, I do this and that. They're like, this is a conversation starter. It's like, shut up.
First of all, nobody wants to talk to you on a plane. Second of all, you should fucking be in sweatpants. We're flying. You have to be, I'm not running to a meeting. Third of all, if you're coming from LA, we're all in fucking sweatpants and they're expensive. That's the flex. I recently have started to enjoy the quiet conversations and quiet interpretations of things. Like, what you want is to not be wearing a Louis Vuitton purse with a big LV because everyone knows exactly how much that costs. And it's not a flex. What you want to be wearing is something that someone else with taste is like, oh, is that is that from this brand? Is that the something from this certain thing? Is that the blood collection? And then you're like, yeah. It's about conveying very quietly, not to the world who you are, but to those who know. And I find a deep satisfaction in that, in not 100 people knowing what I'm about or what I'm wearing, but the person who's similar to me being like, I got you. I see that.
That the corollary to that is like when I wear my hat that says the movies, Vin Diesel, and my mom's like, what does that mean? Why are you wearing that? But I'll have people that are like, oh, I love that super yaki hat, or like, oh, the Fast and Furious. You know what I mean? Like, I think even just having something where it's like, this isn't for everybody. This is, I want one person to talk to me about this thing.
And I think that there's a security in that. Like, and I think it's at all price points and demographics, right? Like, we've seen those shirts that people wear in like multiple fonts that are like, yeah, my husband is a plumber and he also loves God and his children.
He was born in February.
Like, born in February, loves his guns. I'm like, I don't like, it's like people that project their whole relationship to Instagram. Like, this is my support system. He's my husband. I'm like, you're trying to get everyone to tell you're doing a good job. If I wear my point two hat, which is like a Jewish thing, and you're Jew, like that's for other Jews, or that's for someone to be like, what does that mean? And then I can proudly say like why I wear it as a Jewish person, you know, but it's not a loud thing. I'm not wearing a big hat that says, I love being Jewish. It's about like conveying very quietly. And that's what luxury is conveying very quietly to those who understand a status thing, or some kind of military shirt, or some kind of volleyball club, or whatever it is. So it's almost like the louder the messages, the less I want to talk to you. Like when you go to the South and you see a lot of like Ed Hardy font, like hands off my guns and keep my wife straight. You're just like, all right, buddy, that is so aggressive. Like take that fucking easy.
Right. Any shirt also where it's like, this is my wife and she's going to come get you if you come near me. It's always somebody where you're like, well, I'm not coming near you. Oh,
no one's coming here. Also, like, but then there's stuff like if you wear the F word, like if you wear fuck on your shirt in any phrase, I'm gonna assume you're insane. Like that's a wild thing to put out in the world. If you're wearing like bars and stars, I don't care if we are in the South, like that's a wild thing. That's a wild message to put out there in the world. Like just walking around unguarded in an airport, letting people know that you deeply support like the pillars of slavery, whether you believe that or not.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is when people wear stuff and they don't realize the implications of it.
Well, as a kid, not even a kid, in high school, I bought a shirt I was so excited for because it was Missy Pantone in Bring It On, Eliza Dushku's character. And it's the scene where she's rubbing her tattoo off, but doing like a flip up. And I thought it was such a cool shirt. I'm sure I bought it at Hot Topic or something. But then I got it home and was like, I can't wear this out because that's rude. If I'm like wearing this at the movie theater and it's her doing that, I was like, oh no. So then I never ever wore it.
So there you go. Anyway, so I'm wearing a Hemisphere coffee shirt from Mechanicsburg, Ohio, because I went there at some point. It's all such a fucking blur at this point. Like
Name
I was
5
thinking,
coffees at the Hemisphere if you're a real fan. You're going to wear the shirt.
The Ohio Cortado. I'm just getting to that place in my life where like, I've been to some cities so many times and yet I have nothing to show for it. Like I've been to Charlotte, North Carolina so many times. And I've been touring since before there was Instagram. So there's very few cities where like I have a list of the places. And I'm like, did I waste my life by not writing down every single thing? I don't know. That being said, I'll be there in 2027. You guys, we just started routing the touring for the first half. Like we're starting January. I'm taking the fall off to breathe and hopefully do some other fun projects and my DJing. And we are starting like week 2, January 2027. We have all the routing. It's on my email. And we're going to load the back half and then we're going to shoot a special.
Yeah.
But before we do any of that, as a thank you to our incredible listeners, we have a gift for one of you. What's the legal way to say it?
We are so thrilled with how poppin' our Patreon has been. Popping off. Everybody's been so wonderful and supportive. So at random, we are going to choose someone to send a little gift to. Eliza, what is the gift this episode?
Thanks so much, Emily. Today's gift comes to us from me. And I had it taken at an event I went to. This is my second one I've had done because why not? It's an aura photo.
Oh, yes.
Why won't that just be, it'll be better. Anyways, as you can kind of see, my aura in this photo is all blue.
Which is all good.
I'll tell you. The woman was a fan and she was really nice. But because she was a fan, I found myself trying to look cool as she was talking to me and versus listen. And I also, when I hear what auras mean, I'm always trying to like imagine, like, does this mean what I'm putting out in the world? Does this mean what I am? I should have asked her, but honestly, I was just thinking about leaving. Not because of her, but because I had to go. It's light blue. Now, keep in mind, I got an aura photo done recently. It had a big blotch of magenta, which was very cool. So up here, it's all light blue. You can't see this, which is wild. Maybe it's my light in here. Okay, there we go. You can barely see that here. There's like white. It almost looks overexposed. And what did she say that was? I think she said that was like expression or something. I have to ask Danielle. She was standing there. White, like at your throat, I thought was like expression or something that was very me.
Yeah.
And the blue, I don't have the answer. Here it is. Oh, the blue was all about being connected to my body. And I didn't know if that meant I needed to do it more. She was like, your intuition is really strong, but it's in your body. And I was like, well, that explains why I move around so much on stage. Anyways, I kind of didn't get it, but this is it. So maybe it's going to someone that's into this kind of stuff.
Well,
Blue says, what?
Our winner, picked at random using the random number generator, is Crystal S., who has been a Patreon member for at least 12 months. Basically, since we started a Patreon, she has been a member. So thank you, Crystal. And we will be reaching out to coordinate the best address to send this aura photo to.
Don't disappear, Crystal.
Crystal is a loyal, longtime subscriber. That's it, member. And we are just so appreciative that everybody's like joining us as we explore like adding video, doing Patreon, chatting about new things. It's so nice. And we just want to reward people that have been members that are hanging out with us. So we're just trying to do it kind of random and fun. And, you know, come over and check us out at the Ask Eliza Patreon and join up and stay tuned.
I'm going to be giving away an item from my house every week until I have no more house. It's a lot of article furniture. I will tell you that much. You know who's texting me right now?
Who?
Mayim Bialik. Because we're going to hang out. My set.
Fancy. You know what I always think of with her? That we were at your birthday party and we went to the bar at the same time. And I just remember she super like classily just kind of like paid for my drink in a way that I was like, my God, like we were both at the bar and she just kind of was like, oh, I've got it. And I was like, God, like she just did it in such a way that was really smooth. And I was like, that's so nice.
Do you know how much fucking money she has?
Well, okay. I don't think it matters how much you have. That was nice. She knew I was your sister. She knew I was there for you. Like, it was just, I was like, that's a cool move.
I bring it up all the time to her.
I'm sure she loves that. I'm sure she's so comfortable with it.
She does not. There is something nice about paying for people. Like, we went to Creation Juice today and I got a coffee and I was like, Danielle, we're saying goodbye for the summer. Grab whatever you want. She's like, you don't have to pay for my lunch. I was like, fucking, I'm not going to like have you Venmo me $8.50 for your chicken wrap. Yeah, right. There's no way it costs that little.
No, that's cheap. But I do. Yes. I respected like the smooth way in which she did it, because I think sometimes it can be really awkward to try to pay for something for someone. And I like aspire to just be able to like drop in and go, oh yeah, like don't worry about it. Like, I just think that's a very cool move.
I will tell you this. I am not like stupid with my money, but it makes it so much easier sometimes to just pay for someone else.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'll just buy your coffee. And people always remember it. And they're always like, the next one, they're like, you bought it last time. And the amount of times people have said it, and I'm like, I don't even remember the last time I hung out with you. They're like, I got this one. It's just, it sometimes you pay a little bit just so you don't have to deal with the like, it's separate checks. That being said, I did feel a little cheap isn't the word, but also we had a friend's dinner recently and it was 9 women and she wanted it at a very specific restaurant and they made us do a prefix menu, which is fine, I guess. But and it was $120 a person. And that is before drinks or tip.
Ooh.
And at the end, and they were so nice, and I had set it up and the guy was like, we can do separate checks. I was like, then you do that, because you're fucking high if you think I'm going to sit here with a calculator and make sure each woman Venmos me, because someone always doesn't do it right and then you're stuck. And I was like, if you said you'll do it, then do it. And apparently splitting on credit cards is not a big deal anymore. Like, you can just run them. But I was like, I'm not about to be on the hook for 9 people's dinners or even asking for cash. That feels bad.
It does, because it's like one thing if you're paying, but when you're all supposed to split and someone shorts it, it's like, what the fuck's the matter with you? What are you doing?
You know what's weird? Not everybody knows how to do tip in their head. I am not great with math, but I know how to do 20%. And some
you
people
move the decimal, you double it.
You move the decimal and you double it. If I can do it, you can.
And it's 20. Like, you tip 20. That's what we're doing. Unless the person does something bad to you, you move the decimal, you double it. You're really going to sit there and try to figure out 14% or whatever. Just pay.
Because otherwise I would be like, okay, here's my Venmo, send it to me. It's like we're too grown to not know how to do tip, but I'm also too grown to collect Venmo from everyone. It's just, it makes me feel bad.
My handle. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
All right. Well, I like our listeners.
Yes, we like our listeners. Our listeners, sometimes they have really hard-hitting questions. Sometimes we're there for the most difficult elements of your life. And sometimes we just need a genuine expert. And I think Iliza is a genuine expert on the first question for today, which comes from our Patreon, comes from the paid tier, where someone who is a member was like, I got to get this question to Iliza. It's 4 a.m. and my migraine-riddled brain has questions. I am a Sour Patch Kid lover. They're great. And the sour helps release headache and migraine tension. As I sit here and eat a few, I would swear that the blue Sour Patch did not used to be part of the lineup. Does anyone else remember it just being red, orange, yellow, and green? Have I found a Mandela effect? Or am I just losing it? Iliza, Sour Patch expert?
A couple things. One, that is a total placebo effect, which is real. That relieves your migraines. But if you think it is, then it's probably the active plutonium ingredient in Sour Patch Kids. I crave them. I love it. And I totally understand how that's like a stress release. It's not a Mandela effect. Blue was not always there.
Sour candy distracts your nervous system. It's a sensory shock. So it provides relief for migraine that way. Because your senses are like, what's that? What's happening to us?
That's interesting. And you know what? Because when I'm stressed, you want to eat sugar. Because I crave like Sour Patch. I'm like, if I could just have a few Sour Patch Kids, it's like a little like citric acid cigarette. Interesting. Okay, I stand corrected. Which is more important than the fact that I was wrong. Let's remember that. Number 2, blue is new. You could have Googled it. I could have told you. It's not like a Berenstain Bears thing. We're remembering it differently. Blue was not always there. It was added in later. And so while it is not my favorite, it is still not as gross as orange, which I will eat in a pinch. So it goes red and green are always a toss up, then the yellow, then the blue, then the orange. And that's what I've said. I said what I said.
I bought some gummy crystallized sugar candy from like a farmer's market.
Yeah.
And so they were called like cubbies instead of like gummy bears. They were like gummy cubbies. And I thought that was so cute and also so off brand. Do you know what I mean? Like if it's like I had Sour Patch People, you'd be like, ooh.
I'd be like, why are they weird? You know what they had forever? Do you remember Sour Jacks?
Oh, yeah.
You get them at the movie theater and they were not the same. And they were like vaguely human shaped, but really looked like bowling pins. And they just fucking sucked. And they were like eating wax with citric acid on them.
Oh God, I want a gummy candy so badly right now.
I do too. And we have a whole thing of sour belts in the other room, but it's not the same.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. I like those little bright crawler worms.
The trolleys.
Yes, trolleys.
The best flavors, the pink and the blue. Blue is not always there. You're right.
No. And you're the historian.
At Halloween, you can get big Sour Patch Kids. They come in individual wraps. It's not as good as a little one, and it's got to be fresh.
It's got to be the right ratio. I love when I'm watching like a documentary or something or a special feature, and someone has a really specific lower third, and it's like alien probing expert.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where you're like, how'd they find you like that? This is your thing.
It's a regular person. They were like, we got to put something. Like Noah has been on cooking shows. It'll be like pizza expert. He's like, I mean. It's like not how I tout myself, but yes.
I want you to be interviewed as like Sour Patch Kids historian. Like
if I had a lower third, it would be like comedian and question expert answerer. Comedian and answer to comedian and big sister.
Yeah.
Because I'm really good at answering these questions that have nothing to do with me, but I want you guys to know we read everything. We take it all very seriously. And just remember when you do write in, and if you do it to askalizapodcast@gmail.com, or you can leave them on our Patreon, paid tier and unpaid tier. No, not saying who gets preferential treatment. But just know that we take your anonymity seriously. Emily is like a vault when it comes to this. It does not come to me. I am not reading your questions. By the time it gets to me in a document, just know like it's not, your name isn't on there. It stops with Emily. She doesn't read beyond it. We don't look you up. There's nothing weird. You could honestly tell us your deepest, darkest secret as long as it wasn't like a legal issue. We probably still wouldn't do anything. Like I can't imagine I would like get that involved with someone who like lived in Maine. But I just want you to know you're safe with us because we built a brand on trust.
Some of you are bad and you're on a watch list, but nobody who actually listens. Here's the problem, Eliza. You're too popular. So sometimes men just write in who are definitely not listening to the show.
Great.
And I'm like, thanks
for the engagement, Rod.
Yeah. So we actually got
all right, fine. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
We got a couple questions submitted via Instagram DM, which I do still check on occasion.
Love it.
People have it's harder for you to submit there. So, but I'll check it. And we have a question from someone who says, I have a best friend I moved in with, and she refuses to go out by herself or make new friends. I started a situationship with a male in February. I had to leave town to go on a business trip in May until September. And they both asked me if I had a problem with them hanging out. I didn't. They currently hang out 4 times a week, go out together constantly, and are just friends. I have a problem with how close they've gotten, though, because if I come back and it doesn't work out with the guy, they will still have that friendship. I don't know how to bring it up to either of them, especially since it's her only friend. Would you bring it up in person, or how would you let them know over text without trying to sound controlling? Eliza, I think this is interesting because I think
he's cheating on you with your friend.
I think it would be an issue even if she had other friends for you.
My issue, you are trying to control too much. My issue is I do think that something weird is going on here. Unless one of them is hideous, which is actually, and I will die on this hill, the only way that a man and a woman can be friends is if one is exponentially better looking than the other. I said it. I think something's going on. I just do. unless he's so in love with you and he wants to like impress your best friend. Why doesn't your friend have any
But it's
friends?
not even so it sounds like her friend is like stays at home, doesn't go out, doesn't talk to anyone except for our question asker. So now she's like, well, I'll just take the next best stand-in, I guess, while my roommate's out of town.
I think it's weird that this person, the guy that you're dating, is coming
not
over
even
this
dating.
much.
Situation.
That you're in a situation. I don't like that for them. I don't like that this person is living with you because her world is so small, it will limit your world as well. You need to not live with this person. I appreciate it's your best friend. Like, it's just a bizarre situation. But I will tell you, you cannot control everything. So you're planning for, and I think that's interesting, and I wonder what this has to do, like, what's happened in your life. You don't want your best friend hanging out with this new guy because you're afraid that if you guys break up, your best friend is going to choose him over you because she doesn't go anywhere.
Because she has two friends and she'd have to cut off one of them.
And that means that the situation would have ended so uncomfortably that you couldn't see him. Now you're like, whatever, I stopped dating a guy, you shouldn't have to see him. Then hopefully your friend would have the fucking manners to be like, we'll go hang out elsewhere because I like him so much. But I do think there's something weird about planning that much ahead. Like, what if we break up? What if you don't?
What if you like him? Well, because you're not even dating.
Fine, what if we stop sleeping together? But what if you don't? Like, there's kind of no rules here. Like, all's fair in love and war. And it's really going to say more about your friend and the way that you guys could just not be compatible. Would you hate seeing this person if you're like, hey, I like you, I just don't like hooking up? He's like, me neither. Would you want to be friends with him? I think what you're bothered by is the fact that your friend doesn't leave the house.
Yes. Well, yes. So because anyone you brought into this situation, like your friend's going to glom onto because she doesn't see a single other human except the humans you bring over.
You're bothered by your friend.
I'm very interested by the fact that this is your best friend and you said you moved in with her. You must have known she didn't have any other friends. Because this just doesn't sound ideal for you. This sounds like, I don't know if you were trying to do her a favor, if you were trying to do you a favor, you needed a roommate, but this is not, she needs too much from you, it sounds like, and it's just not going to work out. Unless she's totally fine having no friends and it only bothers you. But also this situationship and your friend hanging out 4 times a week is so, were you even hanging out with a guy 4 times a week? I can't imagine you were seeing a non-boyfriend 4 times a week.
Is your friend like really wealthy and the house is nice and she's like, let's do drugs here? And he's like, sure. Like, what's he getting out of this? Because men don't tend to just hang out with women without getting something out of it. And like, look, they could both be gamers. They could both be into something obscure, but I think, I don't know. So either she's beautiful or she has drugs. Or her house is dope.
The only options.
It's just a little weird. We need more info.
Yeah, I think
you're trying to control. Your friend already is how she is,
and so she's now you're trying to control friend.
But you're trying to control that because you don't like that she's a little hermit. And then she met this. You have this guy, and he's over all the time, and you're like, what if it doesn't work out? But she's a grown woman, and she can cut it off with him. And hopefully, she would respect the fact that you pay rent, unless you don't, to live there and not have to see him, which would say more about your friend than anything else. But they are allowed to do this given that there's no like real rule being broken here. So by the time we write back, you may not even be sleeping with this guy anymore, but it is a little, also everything could not work out and it could be fine. Like you guys could still be friends and it might just be like you become a group of 3 friends, but something's not right here. But I do think he's cheating on you if your friend's attractive.
We got another DM. Hi, Iliza and baby leg. So my mom passed away almost 10 years ago. She committed suicide and she left me all of her personal diaries, which she wrote directed towards me. She told her best friend to make sure I got them one day. I knew they existed and that I'd get them after she passed, but she always said, maybe one day you could make a book out of them. I haven't felt ready to read them yet, but I think as the 10-year anniversary is approaching that I might be ready. I think this would be a very insightful look into the life of a mother, someone struggling with her mental health and struggling with a rare incurable disease, Machado Joseph's disease. So my questions to you two are,
I looked it up. It's fucking gnarly.
ugh, you
By the
never
way.
want a rare anything. It's horrible.
It's never like a diamond where it's like it's so rare and beautiful and everyone wants it.
No. So my questions are, should I read them? And should I attempt to get them published into a book somehow? I wouldn't even know where to begin. Any opinions or advice, greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Why don't you take this one step at a time? First of all, your mom could be a terrible writer. It could just be like rambling. And she could also just not be great with prose. Why don't you take some time to read these books and digest them? And, you know, everybody thinks their life story should be a book. The amount of people that are like, if I could tell you stories about my office, man, it's not interesting. Like it's not that your mom's life isn't interesting, but anybody's life could be a book because everybody's life has ups and downs and morals and lessons or whatever. This is not about turning them into a book. This is about you and your relationship to your mother. That's a lot of pressure to put on yourself.
Yeah.
Read it, digest it. It's not about her story. It's how you relate to her story. It's how you fill in the gaps. It's what your mom means to you. Sit with that for a very long time. Then think about the book, if at all. But I think you wanting to run to publish it as a story is you wanting to bypass the internalization of the lessons. And I can't say the grief because she died 10 years ago and I haven't lost a parent yet. So I can't like talk about what that feels like. But I think that will be a way of like internalizing the lessons and really feeling her on like a deeper level that you haven't before because these are her words and you had to wait. So just take a beat.
Yes. I also think when she said like, oh, maybe these will be a book someday. I think people just say that. I wouldn't put that pressure on yourself. I think taking them in, I think, you know, it was a good idea to wait and give yourself a second. And now I think you sit with them and I think you make that experience special for yourself. Like if she drink her a tea she liked or put on a blanket she gave you and sit down and take them in. But I think you also have to be aware of the fact that, you know, she was writing from a place of, it sounds like a lot of pain. So I think if you're reading it and it gets to be too hard or something, like don't feel like you have to finish them all right now. Like I think you have to approach it how you approach. Yes, they're yours and there's no rush.
It's also because we're older now and we're women. Like it's going to tell you, it's going to inform a lot about yourself. Oh my gosh, my mom always hated this and that's why I never got to do this. Or she always said that. And gosh, she always in a rush. And that's why I'm always taking my time. Like you have no idea. Give yourself a break, but just know that by like giving yourself the project of getting that published, it's a way to not come face to face with like what those words are. If you're so obsessed with like the next step. So don't think about that.
Hello all. Can I please get a hot Scotty and a kick it? Thank you.
Hot Scotty number one, hot Scotty. Hot Scotty number two, hot Scotty. Kick it.
You did one yourself. Thank you.
Kick it.
Metaphorical long haul trucker here. I am a 35-year-old woman, electrician, who has listened to every episode. Wednesdays are the best. I have a situation I'd like your take on.
Okay.
I have an aunt who has recently come back into the picture after being in a cult, i.e., you and your spouse are not fit alone to raise your children, so they lived in a cul-de-sac and the kids essentially were shipped around the circle. If you're not in their belief system, you're dead to them. And yes, aunt and uncle gave all of their money to this weirdo loser named Kevin.
Named Kevin! Of all the leader names.
Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
She and my uncle have two daughters. G is a year younger and S is 5 years younger than I am. So our question asker is
33 and
35.
34.
So about 10 years ago, my mother, one of my 5 uncles, Uncle B, and my aunt, Aunt T, were all talking about another one of my uncles who has MS and needs care and trying to figure out what to do about his living situation. Through the phone call, we learned that my aunt and Uncle T and S, who's one of the kids, had all moved to Tennessee from Ohio, but G was still there and not with the following anymore.
Okay.
I heard that and interrupted that I wanted her number. My Uncle B relayed the message and my aunt said, we'll ask her if that's okay and pray about it. Jesus accepted and I got her number. We reconnected and it has been so wonderful to have her back in our lives. She was even one of my bridesmaids. So that's one of the daughters now
Right.
is out of the cult.
But still in Ohio. Got it.
She still lives in Ohio and has a good job there, but has expressed that she would like to move to Pennsylvania around us. My understanding as to why they left is that S, the other sister, got married to loser Kevin's nephew. And when they had their first child, my Aunt T, who was essentially running the cult daycare, seemed to be putting her grandchild above Jesus, and that was concerning.
Above Jesus?
Yeah. She was giving too much attention to her grandkid being in this daycare for the cult kids. So basically, they were iced out and came crawling back.
Okay.
My aunt and uncle came back when my mom had her knee replaced and ended up sort of taking care of her while she stayed at Uncle B's house. I wasn't thrilled with this, but my mom seemed happy to have her only sister back. My mom recovered well, and a few months later, I hosted a birthday brunch at my house with my husband and myself, my mom and godmother, sister, brother-in-law, their kids, uncle and Aunt B, their kids, Aunt and Uncle T, Cousin G, everybody. Brunch was nice. We were all hanging out. Then Cousin G had to leave early. And when she did, my mom turned and said, okay, we all need to brainstorm for a guy for G. Because she mentioned not wanting to get involved with someone near her in Ohio because she didn't want to stay there.
Because they're all in a cult.
Mm-hmm. There were a couple ideas, and I said I didn't really have anyone because being an electrician, they were either 18, married, or 50 plus. Then my husband said, well, I work in sport that's almost all women, so unless she's gay, which of course there's nothing wrong with that. And my Aunt T snapped at him. Yes, there is.
Oh, weird. The aunt that is in a weird cult led by a guy named Kevin.
Doesn't
thinks
like
there's nothing wrong with being gay. How odd.
My husband scoffed at her and didn't speak to her the rest of the brunch. Neither did I, and most everyone left shortly after.
Okay.
We decided she was no longer welcome at our house. Here's the thing. Most of my family is Christian and either doesn't believe in homosexuality / believes it's wrong, but they respect that my husband and I don't subscribe to those beliefs, and they do not speak like that while they are at our house.
Okay.
Since then, I've had a conversation with my mom, letting her know that my Aunt T would not be welcome back without an apology at the least.
To who?
I guess to her and her husband for screaming that her daughter can't be gay.
I don't know.
She reminded me that they
All right.
came from somewhere that held those beliefs and tried to make it that it was okay that she said what she said. I said she's entitled to her beliefs, even though I don't agree, but I felt disrespected in my home, and that's what I want an apology for. Otherwise, she's not welcome. The conversation was more heated than that, but that's the gist.
Okay.
I've seen my Aunt T twice since this phone call. The first time, she sniped a hug despite me being standoffish and not talking to her. And the second time, she came up to me very sweetly asking, "Do you have a hug for me?" Ugh. I said, "No, we can talk about it later." She has since given me space, but the fact remains that I'm going to have to see this person at future events. My question is this: do I take the time to explain myself to the person who I know will not be changing their beliefs? Or do I leave it as is? If I do, it'll be for the sake of my mother. This is her only sister. And my cousin G, who I know has a strained relationship with my Aunt T anyways. But my family has this wonderfully horrible habit of having an issue with someone and talking to everyone except the person they're upset with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to do that, but I also don't really care to have a relationship with this person because I guess in Eliza's words, I kind of think my aunt and her lifestyle are bullshit. Also, she doesn't get to fuck off for 20 years, then talk to me like the 12-year-old she remembers. Thanks for your input. I am Kate from Pennsylvania, and I made all of my friends go to your Pittsburgh show in November of 2021 for my bachelorette. I talk about this podcast enough, so they'd better be listening. Kate.
Made them. Unpopular opinion. I don't think she owes you an apology. I think sometimes when people are trying to be allies to a group, they make it like, it'd be one thing if you were gay or if G, who does sound like she's gay, had like told you she was gay. But owing you an apology for a belief that you're saying it's okay that she has, you just believe it's wrong. She didn't disrespect you. She said something deeply ignorant. You're not going to get an apology, nor do you want one, because what's she really apologizing for? she's not going to change the way that she thinks. And like you said, she's entitled to it, as stupid as it is. I think you just have to give it no oxygen. So you give her a hug and it keeps the peace and you avoid her. But this thing where it's like, we can talk about it later. I think if it comes up again, but this woman has been gone from your life for so long. This woman's like fucked in the head. Like you were in a cult. Like she's not normal. And even if she
kicked
wasn't
out of that cult, which is hysterical.
You were in a cult and then got kicked out of a cult. Like how weird do you have to be? I don't think you need to put so much weight on this. I think it's just like, hi, Aunt T. And you can even say it patronizing. And no hug for me. So you give her a hug. Like, big deal. And it keeps the peace. You don't have to think about it. It costs you so little. If she says something else, then you can be like, let me explain to you, like, the way that the world is. And you might want to have a conversation with G about it so you can, like, figure out how to, like, better be a friend to her. But you're making this mountain out of a molehill for this woman that is, like, pretty irrelevant in your life and old and, like you said, not going to change. It would be different if she came into your home. And I understand that, like, by her discriminating against them, like, we all have to stand up for it. But, like, what is this costing you? Like, dying to lecture this, like, ignorant hick about something that she'll never understand?
But I don't think it's unreasonable. I love that this person has clearly set clear enough boundaries that all of her family knows they can't say that shit around her. So Aunt T has been away for a while. I think it's totally fair to say, look, I don't subscribe to your hateful beliefs. And when you're at my home, we're not going to talk about it.
You can say that.
I think you have to tell her. You have to tell her the law, like lay down the law. Because if you're willing to accept anyone in your home, no matter their hateful beliefs, as long as they don't talk about them, you need to give her that option.
I agree. So, but this thing where she owes you an apology, like, what is that? That makes her feel small. That makes her feel bad. And it doesn't really get you anywhere. It doesn't prevent anything. And I think it kind of like weirdly makes it about you because you don't want an apology. What you want is for her to not do it and you want to be heard. So I think the next time you see her, if she's coming over, it's almost like you want to wait until she does it so you can correct it right then and there. Because she probably knows how you feel. But if you need to be heard, and I totally understand that, you can pull her aside and be like, I just want to let you know, we have not seen you in a very long time, but there are things that we believe in this house. And one of them is that, like, gay people are human people just like we are. And you cannot bring that negativity and that ignorance in here. The word ignorant is so hard because it is so charged. It's never used as like, I was ignorant to that and I didn't know better. It's always like, you're ignorant, fucking educate yourself. Like, I think it's just been sort of misappropriated. So I would be careful with that word because that's never received well. So if you want to choose a different word, you can say hateful, misinformed, be like, but that is not how we do it here. And I just need you to know that I want to give you the respect of letting you know the way that we talk in this house. And there's that, but I just don't think you have to put so much on it.
I just have so many questions about Kevin.
We need to know so much about this cult. I need a pamphlet. I need to see what he looks like.
Of course this woman has stupid beliefs. I'd be scared of her being in my home because what if she tells Kevin where I live? Like, there are a million, like,
nobody named Kevin's coming after you. Oh my God. Kevin's Gate. Remember Heaven's Gate? They all wore like matching Nikes and killed themselves.
Yeah.
Kevin. This is our leader, Kevin. Like, that's it. That's like something on a Family Guy.
Well, and now one of her kids has a kid with Kevin's nephew. We're too close. We're too close to this cult. Like that, they definitely like. Ugh.
God, I would wait. I would just say nothing and hope that she gets just enough rope to hang herself, and then I would just go in the next time she says something about, and I would impugn her whole reputation and her choices and the cult. Like, I would make a meal of it. Why have a snack when you can have a meal?
This woman's too easy of a target. She fell for
That's
Kevin.
What I'm saying. This woman it's so almost not worth it to come down on her. And be like, cool, you got an apology from an idiot. Like, awesome.
Oh God.
But by the way, that's so cool that you're an electrician. And when the revolution comes, you will be one of the only people that is of service and needed.
I know. It's really badass. And it's so funny to be like, oh yeah, it's like the men in her field, 18, 50 plus or married. Yep. Yeah.
Good for you. Get a skill. Get a hobby. Get a trade. Get a dog. Get a chicken.
Hi, AA fam. Longtime listener, first time caller. Anonymous. I, 30 female, was on a work Zoom today with the two colleagues, both 35 to 45 female, that my immediate manager and I report to. About half an hour in, one of them shared her screen to show us a spreadsheet. A few minutes later, her personal Teams chat popped up with the other manager on the call. It went like this. Manager number 2. Anonymous looks like shit.
Oh.
Manager number 1. Yeah, I have to do something about that. I was mid-sentence discussing the spreadsheet data when I saw it. I internally panicked, trying to decide what to do, then calmly said, Manager 1, you're still sharing your full screen. I took my blazer off before this call because the office is hot, but I'm never not trying to look professional over here, and continued on. Manager number 1 said, I know, closed her shared screen immediately, and manager number 2 turned off her camera for a few minutes. You had to go fucking shit herself. My God, the rest of the messages visible were unremarkable, and we continued for another 45 minutes with no mention of it. Manager number 1 called me after the meeting ended and apologized profusely. She reiterated that I am valued and well thought of within the company, but that my professional image recently hasn't been as polished as when I started this job about 6 months ago. I tried not to cry, but I did, and I know I sounded emotional. I told her candidly, I don't like the way I've been dressing either, and that I'm struggling to quickly adjust my daily work outfits because I've gained 15 to 20 pounds and 95% of my professional wardrobe no longer fits. Ugh. I am and was actively trying to figure out how to dress my current body professionally, but I know that in the interim, I haven't looked my best at work. Think business casual, leaning formal lately. My question is, how do I move on and have a professional relationship moving forward with these people, especially manager number 2, who outright said I looked like shit? Outside of this, I like and respect them both, but I am so embarrassed and hurt and shaken up that I have a hard time picturing what our working relationship will be like going forward. I wish she would have said it to my face. I would have been hurt in the moment, but I wouldn't walk away wondering what she'd say when I wasn't there. I love my job otherwise and don't want to quit, but I can't shake how horrible it made me feel. Help me. This is so hard.
It's so hard, but I will say this. I feel bad for you, and I'm sorry. And it's already such a struggle. Like, semi-formal workwear is like such a gray area anyway.
It's such a cost also to have to dress for a job like that.
In like a mediocre way too. Like it's like, unless you like, it is hard. I have super dressed up and this, and like anything in between is like, what is it? Like a sleeveless turtleneck and like a pant. Like, I don't fucking know.
And when it's hot,
I think it's always easy to say, I wish you had said it to my face, because you are projecting this version of yourself that, like, sure, it would have hurt, but I would have taken that feedback. No, you would have been like, that's so unprofessional. That's so hurtful. I can't believe you're saying this. Almost no human is designed to take that kind of feedback, especially because it's about your weight. It was said. It was said. The good news is you are valued at the company. It's not like you're a Victoria's Secret model and they're like, wow, you put on weight. You have no use here anymore. The good news is you're well regarded, well respected. And while what they did was unprofessional, I mean, everybody does stuff like this. We all walk around acting like we're in these like perfect work bubbles where no one sees anything. It hurt your feelings, and you did already break down in front of them. So there is...
Well, not in front of all of them, just manager one called.
Manager 1. So you do have that connection now. It is a bond. You don't want to look weak. This is your moment to decide, what do I do? Now that I have this unbridled feedback, this unfiltered feedback, how are you going to address it? Like, it really, it's not a gift, but there is a gift in knowing what people actually think. And what she actually thinks is that she loves your work. And the truth is you haven't been looking great lately. Now you've been struggling. I'm curious to know what she said when you revealed this personal thing to her. Because she can't tell you to lose weight. She can't say try harder. And you probably are trying. Was she compassionate? Was she like, oh my God, I've been through, like, what did she say?
Well, I think, so it sounds like when she started, she had a roster of outfits she was wearing every day and they were a fit. And then just lately, she can't use those clothes. And I get that thing of like, well, I don't want to you spend so much money on clothes. Like the idea that I have to buy all new clothes. Do I get rid of the old clothes? Like what's the move? But I think it's not positive, but I do think if I was either of these managers, I'd be so nice to you forever because of the guilt that would eat me up alive knowing you saw my private like work chat.
I know, but so the question is like, what do? You don't let this be the reason you quit something that you love. It is feedback. It is unfiltered feedback. And usually we never get that. And so the truth is you thought you were doing well, but you're not. And this is affecting the way that coworkers are thinking about you. It will not cost much to go to like a Marshall's or something and get just a couple of pieces, like 5 that you can layer or wear. If you're in a job that requires that standard of dressing, I feel like maybe you make enough that you could just do that. I'm not going to sit here and be like, just lose the weight. It's so fucking hard. And it's so unfair. Yeah. And some people gain weight quicker than others, whatever. What you don't want to be is a pity case. You want to be someone that heard some really hard feedback and you grew from it. And that speaks volumes about you. Not actually grow. That says a lot. I heard that. And rather than cry about it, like, you're right. Like, it didn't look great. And hearing that, I went out and I bought some tops. And you don't say anything about it. You just do it. And they will notice. It's not about how much it hurt because it did. And you're allowed to feel bad. And they'll be nice to you. And Emily's right. How do we grow from these things?
And I do think, as much as this would fully devastate me, at least the problem they brought up was one you already
knew. That's
knew right. That you were struggling with. They didn't bring up something you were like, what? That's a problem.
And it wasn't your work.
You're like, oh, it wasn't your work
valuable.
At all. I think also the thing of like, I 100% have shirts and stuff where I wouldn't be comfortable wearing them if I didn't have like a sweater over it, right? So I think you have to plan for the office is hot. You need to feel comfortable without the blazer on. So what kind of top looks good in a hot office?
Go to a store. Go to a Nordstrom rack. Go to a Marshall's. Just get a couple things. These don't have to be your forever clothes.
But how do we figure out what looks good, Iliza? How do you know? Who do you go to?
I don't know what kind of an office this is. I don't know. Are you working for Miranda Priestley? Like, I don't know what level they expect you at, or is it your clothes aren't fitting? I think you're wearing small clothes and you're like busting out of them. And so you're wearing something over it to cover it when all you have to do is like size up.
Maybe.
And so I'm saying like, it's not about, you're not here. You're here to like do data analytics or whatever. You're not here for a fashion show, but you owe it to yourself to be in clothes that make you feel comfortable so that you can do your work better. That's all. Go to like a Lane Bryant even. Go to like a store for bigger women. I don't know how big you are.
So there's an online brand called Eloqui, Eloqui, where I've gotten some flowy tops. And Iliza, I know you love when my mom chooses my clothes for me, but I wore one of the shirts to like my dad's birthday, and she's like, this shirt's incredible. I love that on you. It looks so like trying to give me really positive feedback in a way that I was like, listen
to
how
anything
do I usually
Emily
look?
Is saying right now about formal attire. Just do not please. By the way, this girl could have been 90 pounds and she gained 15 pounds.
Yes,
like it may not be like a plus size thing. I have no idea.
You had a wardrobe you were comfortable with, and now you're floundering to figure out what to wear next, and that's pain in the ass. You just gotta like look at some pictures online and go somewhere and get it, and it sucks.
It's so hard. I mean, no matter what your way, like it never gets easier. Clothing is if you're not gifted with clothing, like it's just a pain in the ass. I struggle with the same thing. Like cut to me going out to dinner, calling my stylist, being like, as a favor, can you look at my outfit and tell me how to fucking wear these leggings? Because I have no idea. So it's just not a thing for some people. What?
What was the verdict when she looked at it? Did she approve it?
She helped me. I didn't have the right top. And she was like explaining to me like the ethos behind it. So it hurt. Take it on the chin. Fix it. Do not become a sad sack, a pity case. Because whatever you said to manager number 1, she has relayed to manager number 2. And now they feel even worse. You come back. You get one outfit that looks great. You come back in that. And you show that like I'm somebody who takes that feedback and I eat it for fucking breakfast. And I mean, I eat rejection all day. Like it is all about feedback. And I know that it's your weight. And like some people are listening and they're like, oh, you should call HR. You could sue them. Don't be that girl. Be the girl that heard something horrible and you turned it into something positive. I'm not even telling you to lose the weight. I'm telling you to go take a couple bucks and just get something that you're comfortable and you feel confident in.
Yeah, make yourself feel good, because I think if you feel good, it's like it would be different if they were like, we don't like that style, but you like the style. I think it extra hurt because you don't like it either, what you're wearing.
Yeah. And you could have a sense of humor about it. Like if they ever bring it up, you could be like, hey, I hated the clothes too, but I appreciate the kick in the pants and it made me go buy something nicer. Like that's it.
The fact that the one turned off her camera immediately, yes, because she was like, oh, fuck. Like, I feel sick thinking about being on either side. So also the fact that you just carried on like, okay, manager one, you're still screen sharing. Let's get into the data. Power move. Like damn,
a fucking gangster. So you can for sure move through this. Also, I'm sorry, you're a manager and you don't know how like your chat works on Blue Jeans or whatever. Also, like that's so mean, girl. Also, never put fucking anything in writing.
In the work chat, dumbass.
Fuck her.
Your managers are idiots and we hate them.
Yeah.
Top of the Cob.
It's the top of the cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite. Top of the cob.
Starting with bottom. This one is very U-coded. Anytime you go to a new store website, they bombard you with the need for your email and phone number in order to earn a % off before you can even look at the products.
And they take your email anyway, so fucking just put it in and get the 10% off.
Well, the thing they all do now, Eliza, is like they'll go, okay, so we have your email, but to get the 10%, we need your phone number too. And it's like, fuck, I already gave you my email. I guess I'll give you my phone number.
They have it.
They have it. I know.
Unshout out. I thought this was so cute. There was this jewelry company called Ana Luisa, and they make like inexpensive little gold baubles. I bought stuff from them before, and I bought like a little earring charm, a little earring thing. I thought it was so cute. And then I get an email the other day, and I got the earring. It was great. That says, your subscription gift is on its way. This is confirmation for $50 a month. It had signed me up automatically because I would never sign up for a subscription like bullshit thing. And I'm like, that's unethical to like fucking hide that in there. Like, at least you sent me that email, but like now I'm never buying anything from you because I don't trust your website. So cool tactic.
Yeah. My bottom is I thought I had some bees outside enjoying my pollinator plants, and I did, but I also have a yellow jacket nest.
Oh my God.
So I called my pest people. They didn't answer. That's my real bottom. I just left a voicemail. You guys are busy at 4 p.m. I got a friggin' yellow jacket nest. Come help me. What's going on? Are you okay?
Sorry. I had mascara on and I rubbed my eye, but I can't tell which eye do you think looks better?
Something looks bad with your...
Bad?
Something bad's happening over there.
Okay. It's not supposed to be bad. It's mascara. I can't fucking get up and change it now.
Okay.
I got one wonky eye.
I think you poked it too much. It looked red.
Get your little ear camera out. Go look at my eye.
What's your bottom?
My bottom of the cob is people that don't know that when you're merging into a lane, it's like a zipper. It's not, if I have a Mercedes, I just wedge myself ahead of you. It goes one car that's in the lane, then a merging car, then the car that's in the lane, an emerging car. Driving through Beverly Hills today, there was like traffic and all the people who had to merge next to us were pretending like they didn't see us and they were just trying to jam in. And I realized that living in LA, you have to pretend that you don't see other people so much. In fact, I'm going to talk about it tonight at my new material show. I'm just writing it down now. This is only in LA, not like you pretend not to see homeless people because there's so fucking many of them. You pretend not to notice people at parties that you don't want to talk to. You pretend you don't notice people in traffic when they want to merge. So much of living in Los Angeles is pretending like, oh my God, sorry, I didn't know what was going on, because you don't want to deal with people being stupid or people who are not hot that are trying to talk to you. That's it. Or at a party, or some like person you've run into 5 times and you're like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like, so much of this existence is pretending you didn't see people in green rooms, in a bar, in traffic. So it's a zipper. 1, 1, 1, not 4. And then maybe you let you in.
Top of the cob from a listener. My 9-year-old nephew getting a hand-me-down phone to use on Wi-Fi and texting me first thing every morning to say hi.
That is sweet.
That is cute. That is cute. My top of the cob is, you know what's so great? Slept on food. Fish tacos.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't think they're slept on. I think a lot of people eat fish tacos.
I was sleeping on them. I was like, I'll have chicken, please. Like a fool.
A bed of fish tacos. Well, they got to be right. They got to be right. You can't have it with cheese. It's got to have the right sauce. They got to be done right. Yeah.
That's true. That's very true. That's very true. I've had some very bland ones, and then I've had some good ones.
Yeah. I'm not a big mayonnaise fish taco person, but like a fresh caught piece of fish, cabbage.
Cabbage. Yes, yes, yes.
I was going to do one about my friends, but my top of the cob is, I love that my dad and my stepmom are always, I don't really drink anymore, but on occasion I'll be buzzed. They're always up to take a drunk phone call and they will talk to you. They're always up. And we had a little bit of wine. We were in Noah and I was like, I'm going to call my dad to tell him something. And I always kind of forget about the time zone difference. It was definitely like 10:30 and they're in bed. Maybe they're watching TV or whatever. And I called and the first thing out of my mouth, I'm like, Buzz, I go, I need you to Venmo me $20. I did, Dad. And he's like, what? I was like, I need you to Venmo me $20 right now. I need it right now. Like, obviously I'm kidding. Why would I need $20? But my stepmom took it so seriously. She's like, okay, I have to find my Venmo password. Like I hear her in the background, like in earnest, like in all earnest, like trying to figure out how she's going to Venmo me $20. And it was just so pure.
That's very sweet. They love you.
But calling your parents drunk, but like in a hurry, asking them for like a nominal amount of money is very funny to me. I need you to send me, I need $10 right now. I need it right now.
Well, send us your questions to askeliza@gmail.com.
askeliza@gmail.com or Patreon, or you can DM them. Ask Eliza
on Instagram. And we have our eyeballs peeled for your burning questions.
To the girl who got shamed for what you were wearing. And there are days where I'm just like, what the fuck did I just put on? This is your chance to rise from the ashes like a phoenix. And you show these incompetent women that you took the note and you fucking read it out loud and you did it. You did that note. Never let them win, especially when you're smarter than them. You clock their fucking outfits. Oh, cool. Ann Taylor Loft discount. Wow, you guys are really killing it. What's it like being on the cover of Vogue? You fucking losers. Tell them I said that.